our years. So, I think one of the thing obviously causes is what keeps us going, but obviously working on projects keeps us going. And this is why we love doing events. And we are busy people, Chelsea and I. So I think one little hack that we do is we like to find really great hair salons to team up with to get our hair done. Okay, this might sound silly, but actually when you go for like a blowout or you get your hair washed and styled, it literally lasts for like 5 days. And honestly, I'm way more effective because who has to admit, like washing your hair is like an hour process. And I would much rather be like out there volunteering at something or working on my business or spending time with my fiance or for Chelsea, probably playing with your daughter.
Yeah, like styling my hair takes forever, you guys, because I have to like wash it and style it. It takes like too long. So I just don't like to do it. And, we're on camera a lot because we're doing Zoom calls, we're doing videos. And so I always have to have my hair looking good, right? So last time I went to Wish, I did not wash my hair for an entire week. I got it done today and it still looked great. I was like, okay, so you spend an hour at the hair salon, you get some self-care and your hair looks good for a week. I was working out every day. I was like doing all kinds of things. I was sleeping in it. And honestly, it lasted a week. I could not believe it.
Yeah, it's so true.
Actually, I see how to refresh though.
Yeah, it's looking good, girl. Looking good. I love Gail. You're like, not silly. Perfect. Well, we are so thrilled because this is a new dry bar in Vancouver. So it's called Wish. It's super luxe. I mean, the branding behind this business is insane. If you're local to Vancouver, you have to check it out because the owner has thought of all the details you could even imagine, and you really feel like a queen or a goddess when you go there. So we're going to play a little short clip that they have, like just promoting their space so you guys can actually visualize and see where we were today. And then we're actually going to pick her brain because she's created a really great business and we love finding out how people are doing business and what is making them successful. So let's check out this clip here by Wish, and you guys will get a little view of what is in their place. Awesome. So that is Wish. Unreal, right? I'm like, the aesthetics.
Yes. So this is located in Ambleside in West Vancouver. And I actually walked by this place before it was open and I took a picture and I was like, I need to work with this place. And so I was like stalking Segal and like, here we are working together. So this is great. Thank you so much for coming on, Segal. Welcome.
Oh, thank you. You ladies look beautiful. Your hairs look fabulous. Makes me proud.
Well, we went to the best place today, that's for sure.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well, I was kind of acknowledging this like in your intro, but we really, want to know if you can share like the inspiration behind Wish. Like, how did you start this business? Were you in the hair industry? How did Wish come to be?
Tell us everything.
Yeah, so my background is actually in investments. So I've been in the corporate world for the last 18 years, and I've always like been on stages doing presentations, and a blowout was, as you mentioned before, a good blowout that lasts me like 5-6 days. And I use dry shampoo, so it actually even lasts longer. Yeah. So I would travel, be on the plane, go from stage to stage. So I really counted on, because I have naturally curly hair. I have like Diana Ross hair. So blowouts were always so important for my day-to-day life because I would work out, I would blow dry my roots. And I was always a client of dry bars. And I always found the business concept to be very interesting, but I always thought it lacked the experience of women actually being treated in a luxurious setting, the attention to details. I found that it was a lot of like quantity over quality. And I always wanted to start something of my own. And to be honest, the pandemic pushed me to do it because all of a sudden I was on Zoom every day and I wasn't traveling anymore. And I think I locked the domain on March 23rd for Wish.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was cool. It was like, it pushed me to do it. So I was kind of dwelling on it for the last 5 years thinking, should I not? And then the pandemic just pushed it through because you never get a pause in North America, to just stop working.
Did you know like where you wanted it, or like how did you get like this amazing spot at Ambleside in West Vancouver? It's gorgeous.
So the idea behind it, so I actually grew up in West Vancouver. And West Vancouver has so many beautiful women that live here. And I was shocked that there's actually no dry bar. So there's tons of hair salons, but there's actually no dry bar in West Vancouver or North Vancouver. So I wanted that to be my first location. And then the location on Bellevue became available, and that kind of brought it all together. I'm like, the location's available, hire the trade, hire the designer, let's do this. So
yeah, that sounds like serendipitous. Like it really is a magical place. Like I remember when
thank you.
we came, yeah, of course. Like we walked in and opened the doors. I was like, this is totally meant for like a goddess and inspiring beauty. And I know you do like that through your branding, and you've created like a lookbook. Like the experience for someone when they come into your salon is incredible. So how did you choose all the styles that women can choose from when they come to get their hair done?
So when we talk to the girl, like all my hairstylists, they come from a background of working at other dry bars or hair salons. So we actually talk to them before putting the menu together to see what are some of the more popular styles. And at the same time, we wanted to bring different, like if you want to have an updo or a fishtail, or right now, like the mermaid curls are very in. So I see Chelsea looking fabulous. So we wanted to bring some for different age groups, and depending on if you want just a regular blowout or you want more volume. So just having a different line for every type of hair.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think it's nice. Like, I really liked it because it was really inspiring. I'm like, oh, maybe I want to try that look. It really made me think.
I know, it's nice. I have my fancy shiny menu, so you get to see this. So this is our actually hair menu. So it brings the branding together very nicely. So
yeah, your space is like really, really roomy, and it's very like COVID friendly. Like you've thought of everything. So you just have like a space to yourself basically.
Yes.
And it's very open, and wow, like the experience is like phenomenal. It's like so good.
Thank
if you're
you.
married, if you want to do like a bridal party there, I would totally like refer you to all my friends for sure.
Yeah, and that's why we had like the privacy for the space, so we can actually have a private room in the back, and that way we can host parties, host events. And if someone's getting their hair done, I used to get my hair done at like 8 a.m. in the morning, and I used to see people walk by, and I would see the look of judgment, and I'm like, oh, it's okay, I'm going to be working after. Something's going on. So I wanted to make it a private space so no one can see what's happening behind here. So if you want to get a hair blowout at 7 a.m., we will accept you, and no one will see you and judge. So
well, that's so good, because you can get it done. Like if you're working, just get it done like before you go to a meeting or before you go to work. So that's perfect, because honestly, like one of the issues that I had was like for dry bars is that they weren't open early enough. And I need to get things done and then get home in time to get my daughter to school and then get to work. So I love that you're open early. That's super accessible for everyone.
Yes. I think the hours are really important for us, like 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. every day of the week. And then on the weekends, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Yes. And lots of people are like, oh, you need to open in Alberta and Toronto. So I feel like this needs to become a franchise. And especially because of all the details, like what inspired the details behind Wish? Like everything is thought out of. Like you are a genius. So what's the experience that you really wanted to paint, I guess, for customers when they come in?
So I'm an attention freak. Like I care about details so much. Like one of my best experiences going to a Michelin star restaurant, and from the details of how the waiters move, the way they serve you food, the way they're basically know exactly where your glass is supposed to be, all the little details. So I wanted to build an experience for an individual. Whether you walk in to get a blowout, I want it to be a luxurious experience. I want you to feel appreciated by our staff, the attention to details. So like, for example, we created like these cups. So we actually serve you Nespresso coffee here. We have the option of bottled water, tea, decaf, and and regular tea. So like the little gift bag option, like I wanted to really experience the luxury of Wish. And I wanted to be a very like feel of you're sitting in a living room with your friends and having a coffee and having tea and having a conversation while someone's doing your hair. So that was like the dream that I had. So like little things, like we have charger stations for every spot when you sit down. And then we have an iPhone wire for you and a Samsung. You don't know how many times at the end of the day I rush to a hair dry bar and I'm like, oh my God, my phone is dying. Does anybody have a battery? It's a lifeline.
Yes.
So this way we've got basically wires for Samsung, for iPhone. We've got a place to hang your bag because most ladies have the nicest handbags. So we want to make sure they're not on the ground. So just in general, the little details that I always wanted in a hair salon, I wanted the ladies to experience it.
Nice. Well, I think the details make all the difference. They just like elevate the experience, right? To make it really memorable. We were blown away.
Yes.
Somebody in the chat was asking, and I know that you've shared with us before, and it's pretty interesting. Who actually designed your space?
Yeah, so I'm very lucky. I work with a designer called Peter Wilds. So Peter has been a fantastic friend and a designer. So we worked on 2 other residential projects together. And as soon as I basically locked the domain, he was my first phone call. And I was like, it's happening. Peter, we're building a hair salon. He's like, we've never done this. This is going to be fun. So we always convince each other. We go back and forth. We have a fantastic relationship. So he brought the elements of the lighting, the brass arches. So he worked with new format for brass arches, Matthew McCormick for lighting.
Wow.
All the artwork is from a female artist called Gabrielle Harrison. So it was really important for me to have the female artist, like the influence as well in the space to make it more feminine at the same time as contemporary.
Yeah, definitely it's hitting all of those points. This is like another little branding piece, but I was like the first person to use the washroom today, I guess, when I was there. And like the little Wish sticker on the toilet paper, I was like, oh my God, like you have to be kidding me. Like this place, I never want to leave. Like I just feel so fabulous when I'm there. But I was like, that's pretty cute.
Oh, that makes me happy.
Yeah, so if you are in the Vancouver area at all, you really need to stop in and check out this place. It's amazing. And she's done such a great job, and you guys are going to have amazing hair. So she actually has an offer for you in the digital marketplace. So you can check that out. She also carries amazing products, and her staff is very welcoming and friendly. So
yes,
you need to go visit Wish Dry Bar.
We'll be there a lot, so you guys can follow us while we go there and join us hopefully one day. But thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you.
Today. It was so awesome to interview you and get to share your story, because it's super inspiring, because you don't have a background in hair, which I think is
you have amazing hair, by the way. I'm like super jealous.
Oh, thank you. This is the work of the fabulous hairstylist.
Yes. Have a great night.
Thank
See you soon.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it, ladies.
Bye.
Thank you.